happened in the last, say, 15, 20 years on the emphasis to sports medicine, to diagnosing injuries early and being able to treat them so that sportsmen can get back to peak fitness as quickly as possible.
In the last, I think, many years, I think, let me talk about our Safdarjung Hospital. So we had a small sports injury clinic. I think since 1997 it was functioning quite well. So emphasis came from the government of India after the Commonwealth Games when we built a special new center which was dedicated only for sports management of sports injuries and the sports medicine. So the other thing that the government of India wanted us to develop a field of, we had a shortage of sports physicians. The problem is we have orthopedic surgeons, we have various facilities, but we don't have sports medicine doctors with us. So the government wanted us to create a stream of sports medicine doctors who can really give a holistic treatment to these players. So in this field now, gradually, I think from 2015, a MD Sports Medicine was started in Safdarjung Hospital. It's functioning in AFMC also and some other hospitals afterwards. We are producing 5 sports medicine doctors, MD Sports Medicine doctor every year. I think they have been associated with SAI and various teams now. I think some of the hockey teams and football teams and the junior teams now. So this is how the manpower is being created to deal with such injuries. So as such, if I tell about the injuries as such, they are on increase. Ever since the Commonwealth Games, the children are very, very much dedicated and involved in the sports. And so the government of India is also want them to really do well. So that's how since खेलेंगे तो चोट तो लगेगी, इस तरह injuries भी increase हो रही हैं. And the idea, basic idea of setting up this center, this has become a primary center, and we are having satellite centers now all over India. That is the government plan, is so that injury is picked up at a very early stage, so that we have recovery at a very early stage, and so that the player doesn't lose his career like it used to happen before.
Thank you very much. Now you talked about early, and I can experience. This is 1996, and there was a one-off test match between Australia and India in Delhi. And we had started MRI in 1992, and 3 players came to me on a Sunday before the match was to start for getting their shoulder MRI done. Srinath, Kumble and Dravid. And all 3, we did the MRI. Kumble and Dravid was nearly normal. In Srinath, we found that there was some problem with the supraspinatus tendon in his shoulder. Now, why I talk about this is that Ali in army used to be their doctor. He was not a trained sports medicine specialist. And when I told him that this problem is there, he started asking me, Doctor, what do you think? Should he play? Should Srinath play or not play? So that is a question which now I think can be very well answered. Ultimately, Srinath was rested. He did not play that test match. And he went on, his career went on for 7-8 years after that. And he did very well. So Dr. Nayak, you have seen it all. 4 Olympics. You know many of these players. What is your input into where are we headed as a country as regards treatment, diagnosis of sports injuries? How have things changed? What is Sports Authority of India? And you head the research wing of Sports Authority of India as well. How seriously are we looking at these aspects?
Thank you, sir. First of all, sir, my compliments to the DV Management Committee, sir, for producing so many Olympic medalists and Olympians for the country, sir. It speaks volumes, sir. It benefits me, sir, because I've been given the responsibility to set up the National Center for Sports Science and Research. Injury part, Professor Joshi sir is looking at. And foremost thing is how do you manage high performance? Whatever the training methodologies currently we are practicing, sir, they are all based on the Western population's data. So the first and foremost I have got the task that we need to understand what is Indian body is all about. What works for us, what does not work for us. Second, sir, recovery. We do not know what kind of recovery method is going to help our athletes, be it shooter, be it our hockey players, be it boxers, be it wrestlers, or be it the weightlifter. So we are working on it. We are looking at the various genetic parameters to see what are the markers that is helping athlete to recover well. So we are working on that. And the third one is I need to provide the best possible sports science support to our athletes. The first and foremost step on that has been, sir, the establishment of a recovery and rehabilitation room for our athletes at the Paris Olympics village, sir. We flew equipment worth almost 2 crores all the way to the Paris for the first time. And we had our own dispensary, we had our own recovery system in place, we had our own sleep pods in place. But again, sir, we are evolving. This has been a baby step going by the kind of aspiration we have. And I have seen now what is the kind of support the government is giving. We are coming up with a talent development pathway, sir. For example, sir, a DAV school finds one of the very brightest of the kids who is put into athletics. So how do you take it up? So you are working on a central repository system where one needs to just call up a helpline. This is the kind of boy, this is the teacher, this is the coach. The rest all we are going to take care of. We are working on that talent development pathway where we bring in that kid to the nearby testing center. We will test it, we'll see what is the potential.